Here we go. I think these are ones that I've not seen. I did a live with Carol and DFJ and CJ, and I was just not feeling it that night, and I felt bad that I was so low energy, and then I needed to go and rest, right? So I didn't get to see these text messages. And CJ texted me and was like, yo, you would have liked this particular docket number. And I was like, oh, I better go check it out. Oh, Suki said, yes, you looked upset. I think I felt like I handled the settlement well, and then Ryan ended up in Met Gala, and I was like, this person couldn't even give us 5 minutes of peace. I was so irritated. So Jenny Slate says, did you see the picketers? Blake said, there are picketers? How's she doing? Sorry. Jenny Slate says, there are. And Blake says, has anyone come to you? Jenny says, I texted Alex Sachs and Justin is in here in hair and makeup and just mentioned it. He casually mentioned? Yes. So not clear on this and would love to know what you think, but I think Justin is hoping to just sneak into an entrance that they might not be at. But I don't want to sneak like that. It feels really bad to me. Looking back on it, I know I'll feel ashamed. Alex says G and E won't load in. What's G and E? Does anyone know what G and E means? What's G and E? Sorry, I'm eating. Does anyone know what G and E stands for? Okay. Call sheets? Why is it called G&E if it's call sheets? Interesting. Okay. Blake said, you shouldn't be asked to sneak in. And here's what Jenny Slate says. Yeah, he didn't ask directly, but he's definitely hoping. What? Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all doing that? Why are you projecting? He didn't ask directly, but he's definitely hoping. Gloria said, this refers to the combined departments responsible for lighting, power distribution, and rigging, which are essential for creating the visual look of a scene. 612, I think she left by the... Here's the thing, right? Maybe she was... I forgot what day she left. But this was the day that I guess she used as one of her complaints about crossing the picket line. But that irritates me that Jenny Slate is literally saying, yeah, he didn't ask directly, but he's definitely hoping. Like, why are y'all putting words in his mouth? But I mean, obviously they did continue on. I think, though, didn't they put out a letter saying they couldn't, and then they got permission afterwards? So I don't know. Blake said, you laid your boundary from the beginning. This isn't difficult. Jenny said, Sarah from Makeup also just told me that he went up to Brandon and said, dude, I have to tell you something, but I don't want to get canceled or lose my job. You can't say anything on this set anymore. Oh, wait a minute. It was Jenny Slate that said that. So Blake wasn't trying to implant a false memory into Brandon. She was trying to implant what Jenny Slate claims she overheard him say. This is interesting. Katie said, so that quote is like triple hearsay. Sorry, y'all, for eating. I know it's rude, but I got home and went directly here. So I've been hungry. Blake says they know. What does that mean? Jenny says, like, he's trying to bro down with him. And she just said it was so gross. She just said, oh, Sarah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. So it was Sarah from Makeup who told, oh, that's what you meant by triple hearsay. I didn't even realize. So it was Sarah from Makeup that said what? So it's not even triple hearsay. Sarah tells Jenny that tells Blake that, what's that, quadruple? This was a game of telephone, Gloria. You're right. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Y'all, they're ridiculous. Ew, Blake. Ew, Blake. Ew. I uttered your name, for one. I'm grossed out of myself. Then Ryan says, did he then send him nudes of Jamie's wife? The audacity of this woman. I'm so grossed out by this person. Ryan, you're the one out here saying you're gonna be you're gonna be a pimp tonight for Brandon. Oh, my word. Jenny's like, I can't believe how far off he is from what he says he is. LOL. I mean, hopefully super professional. I've never felt this way about anyone. Well, why are you riling yourselves up? My word. Why were y'all so stinking? To this day, I don't know what mental, emotional leaps they went to get here. It's not redacted. They're redacting the phone numbers. Oh, this one, the redacted non-responsive? Yes, those will stay redacted because that means it has nothing to do with this case. So anything that's redacted is redacted because it's not pertinent to this case. Ryan said that's the first thing R said when he saw his wild thing. That's the first thing R said when we saw his wild thing, whole thing maybe. What is he running from? Y'all say they straight up made up stories about him. They straight up made up stories about him in their brain. Christina said, who was obsessed with Brandon's butt? Yeah, for reals. I am so shook at that they literally made some fan fiction about Justin Baldoni in their text message. You still in hair and makeup? I just went to pee in my trailer. But they're telling me that they want us to go up there and rehearse, like through a different entrance. And I told them that's just really feeling weird for me. Where are you now? Want to chat? Now, here's the thing. I'm not mad at Jenny for like not feeling okay with that. That's fine. But all this extra like fan fiction that they were doing, it's weird. Where are you now? Want to chat? She Ryan says, I'm in makeup. Want to come by? Yes, on my way. And then She Ryan said, look good. What is it? What is it? Appetizers, food to eat. All right. How exciting. This is my treat before departure. She Ryan, I'm so excited. Ryan was laughing so hard that we're having a celebration dinner. I thought it was a wrap dinner, but let's be real. He's right. Jenny, oh, I definitely was like, let there be fireworks. Mm-hmm. What are you, like 5? My favorite. Okay, so I guess it's comment section. What were they saying? Here's to being his caption was here's to being human. And Miss Bear 87 said we don't all have moments where we SH our employees daily. Miss Bear, first and foremost, she Ryan was not even there every day. For one, She Ryan wasn't even there every day. She managed to find herself there at least 16 days in phase 1. Yes, she worked more in phase 2, but she claimed that nothing happened in phase 2. So you're acting like she SH your employees. Girl, she wasn't even there every day. She wasn't even there every day. And we see from their text message that they're writing some fan stinking fiction. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, they're talking about real things that's happening. But the way they attribute motivation and all this extra stuff on Justin because they think he's weird is just so extra. Instead of just saying you don't like this guy, you find him annoying, he's different from you, he experiences the world differently than you, you have to make this whole story up in your brain about this person. This one says, LOL, go crawl back under your rock, try doing something constructive with your life instead of supporting a liar. Can't wait till Blake is mortified in front of the entire world. This one says, while you're processing your reactions and feelings, don't forget to include the person that instigated or manipulated the situation around you in hopes of creating those feelings in you. Okay. More of Jenny Slate. Okay, this is 519. Okay, there's a lot that happened on 519. Actually, 519, feel like I read 519 to y'all's. 12:45:78. 12:45:78. $12.78. Okay, so she's texting Jenny the same time. Well, no, she didn't text Jenny. It's Taylor Swift. There's an in between. She texted Taylor Swift in between this time period. Jenny said, honestly, it really works. And your performance broke my heart. Broke it. I hope you're so, so, so proud of yourself for your beautiful work. Do I legit look like the get off my train guy from Ghost? Because that's what I see when I remember my face on screen. Ryan said, unsubscribe. You are so breathtakingly beautiful in this movie and in real life. Forget your performance. Who cares? You are shot through the heart, stunning. Literally in every moment you come on screen, whoever I'm watching with audibly coos. And you're even more divine in real life. Okay, these people really lay it on thick for each other. No wonder they live in a very delusional world. This is delusional. This is straight up delusional. This is Delulu. I'm sorry. I watched the movie. Nobody was cooing. No one was audibly cooing when Jenny Slate was on the screen. Nobody even noticed Jenny Slate on the screen. She was barely on the screen. She was barely there. She was very forgettable. So they really blow whatever up each other. I'm so flabbergasted. And your performance is next level incredible. I cannot. This is why they live in their own world. I cannot believe that they're saying these things to each other. This is why Ryan has gotten to be this delusional this late in her life. Because she got surrounded by people who tell her crap like this. I mean, if you don't have people who are honest around you and tell you crap like this, you're gonna believe that your doo-doo does not stink. Jenny says, I woke up thinking about that scene where Lily says, I love you over and over again. It's so intense, and you feel your fear so viscerally. It's such a testament to you as a performer that you could say one phrase over and over and mean so many different things, and that the audience can understand so deeply in their hearts. It's just heartbreaking, and it's genuinely such a powerful performance. Ugh, I was just texting you. Haha. Thank you, babe. Thank you. I do truly love my new haircut. And I'm so happy about her scenes, especially in the movie. Colleen seemed a bit frosty to me. Did I do something to upset her? Ryan, that means so much to me. Thank you. That was a bold swing I took there because his version is an action sequence with like a stunt fight there. But this is the only one that felt right. He didn't understand on the day or in the edit, but it's based on something my mom experienced, and the I love you that she shared with me always stuck with me. That's her personality, which is why which is why I was always so disconnected from her and spooked by her. She was always really nervous to be there because she felt like Justin and company would be upset, even though she reached out to me to come, which is why I was always so disconnected from her. And okay, it repeated twice. I don't know why. That tells me that Colleen did not want to be in the edit bay and felt like it probably was a betrayal to Justin, which it was. But she at least had some feeling of guilt, even if she wasn't. She still did it anyway. But that to me feels like a little feeling of guilt. They really are their own cheerleaders. They're so wild. No wonder they think that they're such amazing actors. I mean, I will say this. I think that Jenny Slate is a better actor than Ryan. I definitely think Jenny Slate is a better actor than Ryan, but would I use any of these words to describe their acting? They're not top tier actors. They're not top tier actors, so I don't understand why they're treating each other like they are. It's so odd. Jenny, that scene is all about your performance. That repetition is so captivating. And you feel every moment of Lily's panic and her feeling that this is both insanely real, really happening, yet also nightmarish. The pleading, the charged up panic, the horror and heartbreak. Jesus, is just really great and a perfect way to show it. And I'm very, very sorry to hear that some of the information you used in your performance comes from your own mother. That hurts my heart too. I'm glad you could talk with her about it. What is Justin's perspective right now? You also can't tell how much you or any of us despised him, which is great. You also can't tell how much you or any of us despised him, which is great. Y'all are bad actors. He clocked y'all's back in early May of 2023. Jenny, this is how bad of an actor you are. Justin clocked you back in May 2023. This is why Blake Lively wrote that in her original complaint. I said her name. But anyways, this is why Ryan wrote in her original complaint, right, that he thought y'all were colluding with each other. She removed it in the next lawsuit because maybe using the word colluding would not be a good thing to admit that Justin thought you both were colluding very early on. But he did have a text message on May 25 or 26 saying that he thought that Ryan was poisoning the well. So you're bad actors. You're bad actors. If you maybe you're not bad actors. No, well, you're not only bad actors. You lack self-awareness that you actually thought. You also can't tell how much you or any of us despised him, which is great. You wanted to tell everybody, though, didn't you? Blake says, thank you so much. Oh, I said her name again. I really want to get her name out of my mouth. So Ryan says, thank you so much. He's trying to smear me to win the edit. Why does he even have to win the edit? Dude. But has nothing to smear me about except that I complained to him for what he did. He's calling me difficult? You'd be happy that you're only called difficult, because there's a whole slew of other words people want to use against you now. Oh! I mean, we deserve our own category of Oscar for that. Girl, you're a bad actor. You're a bad actor. You're a bad actor with a lot, bad self-awareness. If you thought you were Oscaring anything. Jenny, oh my God. Does that inspire any trepidation in you? I feel like you mostly likely are annoyed and doing the equivalent of flicking a bug off your shirt when it comes to him. He's the worst. In so many ways, just the worst. That's exactly how you saw Justin Baldoni, wasn't it, Ryan? You saw him like a little bug that you were flicking off your shirt. There's something else. There's really something else. All right, then this is May 20th with Colleen and Ryan. Kenny Bocci, you are a better actor just reading these texts than both those bullies. That I know you're just being funny, Kenny, but I will say the standard is on the floor. The standard is on the floor. Oh, what is it? I feel like I'm playing, what do you call that? When they do they have that little stick and you have to go underneath it. How low could you go? You know? Kenny said, I can be funny and right at the same time. Elisa said, a little bug that exposed you, Ryan, and she, Ryan. So Colleen said, just got off the phone with Isabella. She and Alex are all in for Book Bonanza. Ooh. Ooh. Alex got saved from that situation. Alex was in, but Alex did not go. Alex was in, but Alex did not go. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the other Alex. This is Alex Sachs. Yeah, she did go. Blasted. I was like, oh, Alex? Because I'm thinking Isabella and Alex because, you know, they're dating. Or they were. I don't know if they still are. Limbo. Yes, Ladybug's Laws 29. Limbo. Yeah, Jen Gap 82 said acting bar is in hell with those two. Now I mean Jenny Slate is slightly higher bar, but just I don't even know if she's slightly. I mean, she Ryan is like, but you know, I do think Jenny Slate has a little bit more range in her. But she's definitely not like Oscar winner level. I don't think she is. Has she won an Oscar, as far as I know? But I think that Jenny at least takes her crafts more seriously than I ever think of she Ryan doing it. But I got all excited. I thought Alex got saved from this situation, but I realized this was Alex Sachs. And then I was like, oh. So just got off the phone with Isabella. She and Alex are all in for Book Bonanza. So even if you can't make it, we will make it work, but would love for you to be there. Oh, so this one wasn't even supposed to? This one wasn't even supposed to be there? Thought, what if after he asks Lily at the flower shop if she's happy and then she says yes, then she asks him if he's happy. That pause, maybe there we can hear her say, there's no Cassie in there, while looking at his sad Whittle face. Whittle? What are you, 5? Why did you say Whittle face? Why did you say Whittle face, Colleen? Then he just says no, and it's a double punch, because he didn't say he's happy and he admits there's no Cassie. You already have the whole scene and his no, and here she is married and saying she's happy, so even though he's just declared he's single, they can't do anything about it. Then she says, I'm sorry, because you already say it, so that would be a great reaction to his no response, and it's already there. Then it seems like he's trying to change the subject by putting his number in her phone, because he just admitted he's single and she can't do anything about it. But now the younger audience won't question why she runs to him and why he takes her to the hospital and then his apartment, because we know he's single through all of that. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. I do like that. I do like that. I think they did keep that from Colleen, and I feel like it makes sense, because remember when we were watching that one person? Gloria's like, it's in the book. That's why it's a good idea. It's in the book. If she just read the book, she would know it was in the book. Christina said, oh, did Colleen get her widow feelings hurt because she wanted to be more involved in the movie and decided to throw away a real friendship and hurt a really good man? Cypher Vid said, is this a conversation at 2 a.m.? Really? Yeah. Because you already say it, it's okay, I read that already. Colleen said, then the very next day, and then the very next scene, she's asking Ryle if he's happy, and we know she's sort of kind of thinking, what if? And it makes that scene with Ryle hurt even more. She, Ryan, says, smart, I'll try it. My only concern is I haven't married Ryle yet. That's 2 scenes away. So I'm nervous to take away any reasons why she may not dump Ryle for him. And Ryle has already abused her. Colleen says, oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking this was right after the wedding, but Alyssa was red dress pregnant. She Ryan says, yeah. But I like when he was unpacking the food. That's smart. And I will also try the truck again, but take my own pass at it. I just tweaked theirs. And Colleen likes that. And Colleen then says, last week when you said you love and are obsessed with work, I got really jealous because I used to feel that passion for writing. I'd get up early and stay up late and never sleep. And my kids were your kids' ages, yet I'd still somehow power through and get done. But this past week has been so much fun working on notes and thinking about the movie and being excited for it all over again and not sleeping. I missed this, and now I'm wondering if it's a result of me feeling like I lost input in one book. I wrote that means something to me. So thank you for helping me get that back. I know nothing about film, but it's been exciting learning. Even when I give you notes that can't work, you've been so good at explaining why, and I'm soaking it all in. Colleen says, ew, feelings, pee pee poo poo. That actually describes how she Ryan feels about feelings. Ew, feelings, pee pee poo poo. Also, what are you, 5? Why are they talking like this? Oh. Echo was like, what the? Then she Ryan does that little emoji thing. Ugh. This text honestly made my week. This job has been the hardest of my life for more reasons than I can articulate. All I had was the work. That was it. That was is. So I became possessed. You became possessed? You became possessed. Okay. I couldn't want any validation of my feelings or experiences. That wasn't realistic because it would involve me having to share and that maybe mess up someone else's experience. But slowly, I watched the people around me, unfortunately, have similar experiences. But it still felt like everyone at the top level had their heads down. It was too big to touch. Until Josh came along. Josh. But it was still just him trusting me to be on the right side of this thing. And then you showed up. And I use the word showed up because you didn't just email me. You showed up. Literally, physically, emotionally, creatively, and like a big old plot twist at the end. I feel like I'm walking through the farmer's market expecting nothing, and there you were, bringing the best, most happy ending to this hellscape. So thank you. Yours is the only opinion I care about in this film because you're the author, but also because you know your audience better than anyone. I know your value, and I feel you know mine. Ultimately, we all do our best when we feel seen. So thank you for this note, for showing up, for the gift of this story. It's been life-changing. For worse, and now finally, it's starting to feel like for better. Oh, they really lay it on thick on this. She's a lay it on thicker person. She lays it on thick. No wonder. They love it so much. Here's the thing. She says that Josh was the first to come along. Then Colleen showed up. She emailed her. How many days before this did she email her? Because this is a lot of stuff to say for someone who just emailed you. So how long ago did she email you? Was it before the dinner or after the dinner? Because I still can't believe that you didn't have a relationship with this lady earlier than Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath realized. KP said, I think Justin should make a sequel with a completely different cast in Boston. Colleen loved that message and then laughed at the emoji thing, and then Colleen did the same emoji thing, and then Blake did another emoji. I hate it when I have to say her name. And then Ryan says, I keep reading and rereading your text. She really loves laid on thick. Okay. We've read this one, so I don't think we need to read this. This is Alex. Oh, wait a minute. I feel like I saw some of this, but not all of this. So I'll just read it anyway. So Ange says, call me, Alex, message delivered from our last chat. I think she would ignore anyway. And kind of has been. Ange, right. Did you get any details back then? Alex, yes, nothing inappropriate. More, oh, boom. Yes, nothing inappropriate. More than he's a faker, doesn't do the work. Justin was very dismissive of her when she wanted to direct. And then this is about Christy Hall. This was about Christy Hall. Yes, nothing inappropriate. More that he's a faker, doesn't do the work. Justin was very dismissive of her when she wanted to direct, and then used Jamie to try to manipulate her when he realized she could co-direct it after she got Daddy-O going. Ange goes, ah. And Alex says, and then she felt like he tried to use her for cover with Blake and Colleen a bunch. They also didn't want her on set at first, but gave her the credit to not pay her for her writing services. Her stuff isn't bad at all. Thinks she just doesn't want to be associated with him/them, based on all else she's heard. Wait a minute. Based on all else she's heard? From who? From who? In short, she didn't feel respected as a female voice on the team. And on a movie like this, that felt especially bad. That's it. And she's scared of backlash. Who isn't? Ange goes, just so many things stacking up. People are so upset and pissed off about. I cannot believe how they just keep on coming. Did he think no one would notice or remember? Or Alex says, I think this is where the narcissism is dangerous. I don't think he remembers honestly or knows he's doing anything wrong. And honestly, I feel in a fine place with him genuinely since he has been rolling over. Oh, so you like him when he just does what you want. You all love him when he just does what you want. You don't like him when he has an opinion that's opposite of yours. But as long as he's doing what I want, I like him. It's only when the Jamie this isn't fair nonsense and revisionist history comes up that I'm like, come on, guys. You can do better on the next one. And with this many people and issues, I mean, they just keep coming. Alex says him and Jamie have a way of making women and some men feel like it is deep because they signed the checks. Ange says, I feel like an idiot. Alex says, Barry Peterson also asked me to have lunch. Alex, which I need to set. They didn't do it to you. Don't. You had power and they respected you or had to. I remember you calling me on round 2 one night, being like, what the F? But because so much of it was these minuscule microaggressions. Ange says, I mean, I knew inexperience, but this is a new level. And I saw North Korea hack. Alex Sachs says, yep. Do you remember when I called Andy Davis a few weeks ago? And I was like, Andy, he's inviting the department heads to go to Russian baths with him. Well, I also saw a text message. I already saw a text message between him and Blake, she Ryan. I read that text between them, right? Where he went to the Russian bath and he was like, this is so cool. So why are they trying to make Russian baths seem creepy? And if you don't want to go, don't go. But I mean, why do they have to make everything sound creepy? It's just putting the word Russian bath. Well, I mean, when they put baths with him. And you know what's so weird about Alex making this sound creepy? Was when, I mean, does she not know the history he had where with that one person? Kenny said, Bocce sounds like me when I'm trying not to say the F word before enough time has passed in my life or on the phone with my mother. LOL. I mean, I feel like it's a word. I mean, her name is a word that I don't want in my mouth. That's for sure. But here's the thing. I mean, I get where Alex is coming from. I get where Ange is coming from. Like I I feel less. I feel like these two are very like say it as it is kind of people. I read them very differently than I do She Ryan and Jenny. And maybe because She Ryan and Jenny just say the more over the top things to each other. It's kind of like how She Ryan would lay it on thick for Taylor Swift and how Taylor Swift would lay it on thick with her. And I'm like, why do y'all talk like that with each other? So weird. I mean, is this how friends really talk to each other? It feels so. And the wild thing is that she thought Justin was weird. And she thought Justin was annoying. Alex says, is Ange a snake? I don't think Ange is a snake. I don't think she is. But like it's weird. They're like, she thought that Justin was weird. I think they're odd. The way they talk to each other, I'm like, ooh. This is why nobody holds them accountable. This is why they live in a Delulu land. Because they lay it on thick for each other. They keep blowing smoke up each other's butts and tells them, "You're amazing. You're this. You're nobody's like." It's like, what? I mean, you're not Meryl Streep here, you know. Alex says, I was like, what do I do? He was like, you have to tell him he can't do that. And she says, everybody has something weird, uncomfortable, and bad to say. Russian baths, Alex says, I'm seeing Eric in 2 weeks. This is so effing crazy. Russian baths, WTF. And she says, this is so effing crazy. Russian baths, WTF. Oh, geez. I will say this thing with Barry Peterson, he used to follow Justin and he stopped following Justin, I think. But he was also following Ryan. And the last time I checked, he was no longer following She Ryan. So it makes me wonder if She Ryan got into Barry Peterson's ears. And then, because I remember when this whole drama was happening and I checked if Barry Peterson was following Justin and he wasn't, but he was following She Ryan. And so I forgot how much after the case was going on. I checked again and he was no longer following She Ryan. So I don't know if Barry got to read some text and then realized she was a Pinocchio. Oh, that's what I should call her. I should call her Pinocchio. That feels fitting. Pinocchio. Joe says She Ryan. That comes from Ange when she was talking about how she parentheses Ryan, basically saying it was really Ryan that was calling the shots on some stuff. Alex says Russian baths are strange if you are saying he's a creep. They are in New York City, not strange. Does that Kenny says, does that make Ryan Geppetto? I mean, it's just BL, Daphne. That's why I'm like, I need to just call her Pinocchio. Because it's the text is just about, yeah. Anyways. Alex says, Russell and I spoke, and Russell said when he rapped, he felt like he left a cult. Yup, Eric just thought they were idiots. But remember when they all came to be at the end of the first round when we were when we're like, we're not coming back if you aren't, and then Russell and Barry didn't anyway. But yes, Russian baths. I was like, am I imagining this? The inexperience and their complete control put everyone on their heels. Every department head, it exacerbated everything. Our whole crew, honestly. Okay, that's where it stops. I mean, I feel like it's going to be interesting to hear from people in the crew. It's going to be interesting to hear the people from the crew. But also, I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Alex for any of these things, to be honest. I think that these are things that, to some degree, they do have to look into. Because these are not allegations of SH. This is allegations of people not liking how they were running the set because they felt like it was not controlled enough. And that, I mean, and I feel like that's a valid feedback, you know, if they felt that way. I mean, I'm less offended by that feedback than Pinocchio saying what she did. Okay. This is 7/7/2024. Pinocchio said, I know you don't see them. I don't know why. I still insist on replying. Almost done with the movie. Leaving LA now. Locked sound yesterday and finished color tomorrow, and then it ships. PGA mark is still TBD. Should know in the next day or two. Justin and company are at it again at Wayfarer, selling a book that I explicitly did not approve with my name big and exclusively on the cover and a lookalike in my wig and wardrobe. And they have Colleen listed as the author, even though she wouldn't sign the contract because she didn't want to be a part of it either. Jenny says, you're working so hard. I hope you're feeling good about it. Hope you know that I'm so grateful to you and deeply admire your talent and tenacity. Can y'all please talk like normal people? Why does everything have to be like this over the top compliments? It's over the top. I mean, it's one thing. It's one thing once in a while, but it feels like this is how they just like this is just how they communicate. It's over the top, kissing butt kind of language. It's frankly, I really do think this is why they live in Delulu land. Hidden said, "Gotta give at least one compliment per sentence." It feels that way. And I'm not saying that I don't like to give people compliments, but these things feel so over the top. Pinocchio said, you always make me feel so nice. You make it easy. You are so terrific in this movie. And then Jenny says, ew, holy, they are pigs. Blake, I'm so sorry. I can't believe how greedy and brazen and dim they are. It's so truly confounding. They are so desperate and greedy for the cheapest marks of fame, and they're not worthy adversaries, but they keep worming their way into these horrid battles. Like, what did they think would happen? Didn't they expect that you most likely have really great lawyers and that you yourself are incredibly smart and that they could never get away with that? They are such Pinocchio, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even... Me? Me plotting? Me plotting? I never even thought. I never even considered. Me? Oh. Pinocchio, I didn't even think about that. It's crazy how above reproach they feel. It's like he said to me about his previous sexual encounters when we were in my car with Sophia and my security Kevin, who was so spooked. Who was so spooked. Him. After this, he wanted a background check and made sure I was never alone with. Made sure I was never alone with him. He said, "Have I always asked for consent? No. Have I always listened when they said no? No." wait a minute. And how come I remember the quote differently in the lawsuit? Hold on. Wait a minute. I mean, did I misread it in her lawsuit? Let me see. I knew she represented this differently. Lively was alarmed by Mr. Baldoni's suggestion that he had engaged in sexual conduct without consent. When Miss Lively exited the car, her driver immediately remarked that he did not want Miss Lively to be alone with Mr. Baldoni going forward. That's not the same. I know that seems like a stickler. People always are like, you're too detail oriented, but that's different to me. That's different to me to say that he did not want Miss Lively to be alone with Mr. Baldoni going forward. He remarked that he didn't want Miss Lively to be alone with Mr. Baldoni going forward. Versus how this is written. I don't know why it makes a difference in my brain, but it does. He spoke him after this. He wanted a background check and made sure I was never alone with him. You know why I think I'm making such a big deal about the difference? It's because she went on a plane with Justin Baldoni and her children to California after this supposed conversation. And I said, well, why would you go? I mean, if your bodyguard was so concerned, why were you on a plane with him and your children after that conversation? And yet her statement here is this person made sure she was never alone with him. And yet that actually reminds me of another part of the deposition with this guy. When they asked him, well, what did you do to make sure she was safe? If he was really truly concerned. And he said, let me see if I can find it for you. Because I'm like, wait a minute. So it says here, you testified also that you expressed to Miss Lively that you did not want her to be alone with Mr. Baldoni. Is that right? Yes. And was that true to what you were feeling at that time? Yes. Why didn't you want Miss Lively to be alone with Mr. Baldoni? Due to the conversation in the vehicle, the stuff he spoke about, sexual relations, forcing himself on women, no consent, or he didn't give consent for a woman to force it on him. It's disturbing to me when you are first meeting someone and it just stuck out, and that's why I stated what I stated. You stated it was disturbing to you when you first meet somebody. Did you also find it disturbing that Mr. Baldoni would speak about forcing himself on women without consent to Miss Lively at any time, even if it wasn't their first meeting? Schuster, objection. Repeat that. Would you find it appropriate for Mr. Baldoni to speak about forcing himself on women without consent? No. To Miss Lively, even if it wasn't the first time they met? Schuster, objection. No. Roser, nothing further. Schuster, I have a few follow-ups. I'm sorry. You said it was the first car ride. Do you know if this was okay? Not, I don't care about that portion. I want to know around this making sure. Okay, here. Sure, you said that you did. Okay. You said that you did not want Miss Lively to be alone with Mr. Baldoni going forward after the car ride, correct? Correct. Roser, objection. What, if anything, did you do to ensure that Miss Lively would not be alone with Mr. Baldoni going forward? Roser, objection. I don't recall. Okay, see, I know this. I'm being a stickler, y'all. I know I'm being a stickler. But him saying he doesn't recall, her using a different quote, but her in the actual text saying that he made sure she was never alone. I know I can't put it into words, but those are different to me. Those are different to me. I hope other detail-oriented people can see why. I hope other like detail-oriented people understand why. I'm telling you, that's different. What she said in her complaint, what it says in his deposition, and what the texts say are different. It's very small, nuanced difference, but it is a difference. And I would not be saying the statement about like, well, why did he allow her to be on a plane with him and her children if I saw this quote rather than the quote she put in her lawsuit and also the deposition that he gave. And to me, it's weird that she would change this statement because this is a very different statement between not wanting her to be alone versus making sure she was never alone with him. How can I phrase it differently so it registers to people? Why that's different? I'm just going to leave it be. But this is the reason. The minute I read this quote, I said, I know that's not how she presented it in the lawsuit. The minute I read this, I was like, that's not what she said. And it's also not what he said in his deposition. What benefit does she have in making it seem like he wasn't there? Because if this is true, that she made that he made sure that she was never alone with him, that means that she would never be alone with him. I think this is why she changed it. I think this is why she removed this. And she changed it that he didn't want her to be alone with him. Because if she made this statement that her security guard never left her alone with him, ever, then that means that all of the things she's accusing him of would not have been able to happen because this bodyguard would have put a stop to it. I think that's the reason. I actually think that's the reason why she changed this quote. Because if this quote is true, then this person should always be a witness to everything. Does that make sense to folks why I feel that way? And I feel like the change in quote was intentional. Because he goes from just being a witness to this conversation to suddenly being a witness to every single thing. Pinocchio said, oh, I got to show my screen again. So Pinocchio says, people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Oh, I wish that Justin believed his gut the first time. Well, no, actually, no, because the first time he actually liked her. So I think he should have believed his gut the day that he felt like she was poisoning the well. Kiara said, I missed it. Did he say I never let her be alone with him? And then they changed it. She says in that text that he made sure she was never alone with him. Made sure I was never alone with him. Versus her saying, versus the version that they put in the lawsuit is that he said to her that he wanted to make sure that she's not alone with him. That's different. That's different because that's an advice. I want to make sure that you're never alone with him, or I don't want you to be alone with him, or something like that. That is different than saying he made sure that she was never alone with him. You know? Made sure I was never, this line, I was never alone with him. Then this man should be a witness to everything. Jenny says, yeah, that is my central takeaway here. I also saw something in him, was aware of a general vibe that I'm not into, and I pushed past it. Never again. Lesson learned. I don't know if that's a good lesson, but okay. Bleh, bleh, Liz Plank. Bleh. Bleh. You know what's so sad? I really did like Liz Plank once upon a time. Because I the one episode, here's the ironic part. The one episode that I ever saw of Justin Baldoni, that was the only thing I knew about Justin Baldoni, was this Man Enough episode. And he wasn't even the person I noticed, because I don't even know if he was in that episode or not. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I saw two things from Man Enough. One was with Alok. I think it's Alok, which was a really amazing one. And that one definitely did have Justin Baldoni in it. But the other one that I recall, and I don't remember which one I saw first. Did I see the Liz Plank one first, or did I see the Alok one first? I'm not sure. But the Liz Plank one I really loved. It was a conversation around race and also sexism and stuff like that. And it was a very amazing quote from Liz. And I remember going, wow, that's such a powerful, effective way to describe the conversation. Suki said, where was the Man Enough podcast? YouTube? I think it was YouTube, possibly. But I mean, Liz Plank had it was such a mic drop. It was such a great statement from her. So all to say, what a disappointment she's been. And here's the thing. We don't really know what the issue is, why Liz can't stand Justin. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that people have to like Justin. I'm not saying that they don't, I'm not saying any of that. People can, the thing is, if Liz and Pinocchio and Jenny and Alex all could have just said, I don't like him because of X, Y, and Z. He's annoying. He's fake. He's this or that. They're entitled to their own opinion. So stinking what? If people feel that way about somebody, that's their right to feel that way. However, Pinocchio crossed the line when she conjured up all this SH nonsense. That's when she stepped over the line. Because it's one thing to be like, I find this person annoying and I think he should have listened to me and he should have taken direction from me, even though I'm not the director, whatever. Versus the accusation of SH. Because none of the things that she said rise to the level of SH, for one, legally, but just common sensely. But the things that I thought would be considered SH, we have proof were not real. That's the thing that drives me up the wall. because the worst accusation she had turns out to not be the way she described it. And so how can I trust somebody whose credibility is completely shot with me? She earned my distrust. Do people understand that? She earned it. She didn't start at an F. She started with an A in my brain. I believe you, Blake. Blech. I believed you back then. Right? But your nose started to grow like Pinocchio. Your nose started to grow like Pinocchio, and I cannot close my eyes and pretend that I didn't see the lie upon lie upon lie. So at the end of the day, she earned my distrust. She had an A and she went to an F. And every piece, every reveal, I was like, where is your voluminous proof? Because the voluminous proof that you're providing is for Wayfarer, not for yourself. Anyways, here's Liz Plank, the disappointment. She says, singing your praises. What's new? All of y'all sing praises to this lady, whether she deserves it or not. Pinocchio, OMG, no way. Liz says, miss you dearly. Also, let me know if you need a bodyguard for It Ends With Us. And then she puts Linda, what's her name? Linda Carter. She was an amazing Wonder Woman. I used to love watching Wonder Woman. Khaleesi said the voluminous proof was used to make her Met dress. Liz says, your promo has been outstanding, given everything you had to go through to still do it with jubilation and grace. It's so perfectly you. Pinocchio, thank you. The saga never ends because you don't let it end. You don't let it end. You could have let it end. You can't. You don't let it end. That's why it doesn't end. You don't let it end. It's deeply upsetting, but I am and always have focused on the work, and that I am proud of. Liz, I'm sorry you're still being put through something awful. You don't deserve any of it. Girl! You don't deserve any of it. It makes me so upset to think that you have to be this resilient in the face of it. But the love you have for Colleen and the women around you in this film is palpable and contagious. And the way you're uplifting them when you yourself have been pushed down is so effing admirable. Get out of here. Great content for the best-selling memoir. Get out of here. And I mean it. Please let me know if I can absolutely anything for you. Why do all of these people say this stuff? This is such weird behavior to me. It's weird behavior to me. Not only is it weird behavior to me because of this, but because all of them talk to Pinocchio that way. So why is it they all talk to her in almost like these over the top, I will give my life to you kind of ways? And yet when push came to shove, where were all these people? Nowhere. This disappointment over here, this disappointment, she said she was going to give us the tea. She left their podcast and said, we all deserve better. We all deserve better. And I'm going to tell you more later. Well, we are here a year and a half later. And this disappointment has never told us the other stuff. What's the other stuff? What do we deserve more of? So all of these people who were bending over backwards, kissing her butt, when push came to shove, were not there for her publicly. I don't know if they were there privately, but they surely were not there publicly. They were all like protecting their own hide. Miss, I'll absolutely do anything for you, but just as long as it doesn't harm me completely. Oh, here's where she was promising to retire. Why doesn't she? Can you be a person of your word and do this, Pinocchio? So Pinocchio says, no desire to share this with anyone. Retiring back into my hole after this, but thank you so much for the love. It means a lot. I don't know how you still do it over there or ever did. It's wild. Liz says, I totally get your feeling. I can't stand what they're doing. Imagine getting to work with you and the most in demand. Y'all are over the top. They're really over the top. The most in demand human on this planet, the it girl, you are literally the moment, Blake, and then totally blowing it. You're blowing something. That's for sure. This is so over the top, y'all. I am a hype. I do hype up my friends, but I'm also honest with my friends. And this is ridiculous how they talk to each other. It's ridiculous how Liz talks to her. It's also ridiculous how Taylor talks to her. It's also ridiculous how Jenny talks to her. I think surprisingly enough, Colleen was probably the most normal out of all of them. And even hers was a little over the top, but at least she had more substance than a lot of, it's wild. Sparkling Through was like, it sounds like satire. It's wild stuff to me. And then she says, and yeah, as soon as I get my own show, I'm out of there. So effing proud of you for doing what I was too scared to do. You should be so proud of yourself. Who asked you to? Who asked you to be? Liz, you're the one who pursued them. Weren't you? I'm pretty sure Liz was the one who begged to be on their show. Oh, I don't know if she begged. But maybe I'm misremembering that. I thought she's the one who wanted, because I don't know. It's not that hard to leave. You certainly did it. These are a bunch of fake people. Pinocchio said, that's so generous of you to say. And you have all the bravery and all it takes. Certain people try to make us believe we need them. The true allies encourage us to fly, male or female. You got all the goods. You don't need anyone's money or platform as much as they need you. If you think about most situations to get into work-wise, remind yourself of what they get by working with you versus what you get by working with whatever partner you're looking at the time. And I promise you, you will constantly be blown away by the fact that it's you that isn't the interchangeable asset. It's you that's not easily replaced. It's you that has the social and a respect currency because you earned that goodwill. I'm not encouraging any action ever in any of your relationship, professional or private. I'm just reminding you of who you are to so many. Don't ever forget it. I literally want to puke at how over the top they are with each other. Gloria said I just vomited a little. It's just so over the top. I would like to believe that I'm incredibly encouraging to my friends. I would like to. Hopefully I am. But if I ever talk to my friends like this, like every 5 seconds like this, they'd be like, why are you talking like that? I get that this is probably regular to them, but this is over the top, overcompensating, over validating people for what? And I guess again, this is why I think that Pinocchio, why Pinocchio was so convinced the internet couldn't hate her. How could they hate her when she listens to 24/7 garbage like this? These people fooled her into believing the world loves her. I blame her friends, if they're even her friends. They're a bunch of butt kissers more than anything. I blame them for creating a sense of like delusion in this Pinocchio. Because if they're telling Pinocchio this kind of stuff, of course she's going to think the sun rises with her and sun sets with her. Gloria said, I like barnacle for her because she attaches herself to people like barnacles to the bottom of a boat. Alan said, OMG is like watching a movie scene and getting secondhand embarrassment by just watching. Cringe. Liz says, wow, you have me tearing up. How did you know I needed to hear these exact words? Thank you, Blake. This means so much. And I'm screenshotting this for days where I forget. I've been meaning to make moves, and this is the spiritual kick in the butt that I need. It is so undeniable for me to see it with other women and with you. But when it comes to ourselves, we can often forget. I know you're still in it, but I can see you palpably growing stronger through this. I can just feel it. It's hard to be the one who breaks the cycle, but I see you turning their darkness into light and power for the women around you. You've always been a crown straightener, but you are the crown straightener in chief now. Kiara said, OMG, I can't take much more of this. CMBBY said, it is so weird. Normal people do not communicate like this. This is why I'm so shocked that Pinocchio and her gang thought that Justin was weird. I mean, I can see why they can find him annoying or weird or whatever. I mean, again, their prerogative. But do they think that this is normal ways of talking? I could take this if it was just once in a while. But everything that we've read has been all of these over-the-top flowery things that they say to each other. And I'm telling you, this is why Pinocchio thinks that we're a bunch of bots. This is the reason Pinocchio thinks that the feedback was not real. How could it be real when everybody in her life tells her nothing she does is wrong? Everything's magic. Everything you do is magic. That's some wild stuff. So this was a foot, this was It Ends With Us exclusive. We are here at Lily Bloom's Pop-Up and Century. This was 7/25/2024. And it says, who's watching after reading the footnotes of the complaint? Team Justin Baldoni, I would really love to know where your dress is from. Your dress is stunning. I loved him in Jane the Virgin. OMG, wow, this is amazing. I love seeing you guys in a video together. I've been watching you two for over a decade, obsessed with this. Who are they talking about? Aside from Justin. Team Justin Baldoni. Oh, wait, no, I read that. Oh, wait, no. Team Justin Baldoni, I would really love to know where your dress is from. Your dress is stunning. I love. Oh, wait. Oh, it kind of feels the same. Girl, this video is referenced in Blake's case against Justin and his production company. Okay, Isabella Ferrer. Okay, August 10. Isabella Ferrer says, how are you holding up? Did you end up seeing Liz? Uh, Pinocchio, no. Isabella, cool. How are you feeling? Uh, Pinocchio, both thrilled and so bummed. Him literally hiring bots to attack my character while I promote a movie that he benefits most from financially is a terrible feeling. It's almost impossible to comprehend. But I love you and I'm grateful for all the good that came of this, you being very top of that list. How are you feeling? Isabella emphasized that and said, I really hear you. I'm so angry that this has to F with the success of the film and that he has been this sneaky with his tactics. Why do they all think he's being sneaky? Sneaky was a Taylor Swift word. Mama Panda said, "Ah, Bocce gets to see Isabella get ghosted as soon as she wasn't needed anymore." Oh, that's funny. No wonder she was willing to say, "Oh, he's harassing me because he's trying to give me a subpoena." Wait, who provided this? Blake provided this? She didn't get ghosted. I don't believe she got ghosted. I wouldn't be surprised if she deleted texts. Just like Josh. Why wouldn't she delete texts? But let me read it and see if there's any way that she didn't delete texts. Just like Josh. So she says, I really hear you. I'm so angry that this has to F with the success of the film and that he has been this sneaky with his tactics. But I know that the people that matter know the truth. I'm so happy I was able to join you through all of those junkets and premieres. I had the most fun ever. And you are so strong for pushing through all this. It will come out and he will look even worse for trying to cover his tracks with domestic violence commentary, like Extra Bad. Just know that everyone around me, family, friends, mutual friends of mine, fellow actors, non-actors, everyone has had such incredible things to say about the movie, and they have all spoken so highly of you and your work. I've gotten the sweetest messages from people, and they are also so happy to see how you have supported me. You have made such a good impression on others for being so kind to me, and it's all truth. So all this about you not being someone who cares is the craziest BS ever, because you have literally stuck with me and have raised me up and have been so protective, and that shows how good you are, how kind you are. You went above and beyond and literally didn't have to do any of this. You just chose to. You have changed my life. Literally 180'd it. Oh, little did you know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You've given me so much, and I'm so happy and grateful to hear you say you feel the support for me too, because I got you always. Do you know if Sony's going to say something soon or if the crew are going to speak out? What's the next thing? Also, this woman from Copenhagen gifted me and you 2 bags of her jewelry. It's her brand by Biel and it's very sweet. If you want, I can send you what she sent you. And if you want it, I can bring it back for you. I'm sure you'll get this all the time, but anything you like, these are both of ours mixed, but take whatever you like. I may just gift mine to my cousins and aunt. Hee hee. Okay, yeah, she probably got ghosted there. But who's to say that there wasn't anything in between right here? How do you know that there wasn't anything that she deleted right here? When Isabella asked her, do you know if Sony's going to say something soon or if the crew are going to speak out? What's the next big? Or actually, maybe she did leave her on red there because they weren't going to do jack squat because she doesn't actually have their support. Like I said, I knew that Isabella wasn't getting the blowback. It was just Blake. So for her to act like, oh, he didn't. Shush. I'm just trying to see if there's 810. 810. I just didn't know if Pinocchio had text messages happening with anybody during that time. Sparkling Through said, IF had dinner with BL in October of 2024. Yeah, for her birthday. Yeah. So she definitely didn't ghost her, you know what I mean? Maybe picked up a phone. Oh my word, it's 10:11. Okay. She says, Colleen says, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're a effing talented little rock star, and I could not be more grateful to know you. You have made thousands upon thousands of readers so happy, like legit. I have never seen readers this positive about an adaptation and a performance. You gave them everything they loved about Lily and enhanced it. I've seen so many people who are on their second and third viewings already. This is insane. And Pinocchio said, I only have one note on your above text. Swap every you for we. This is us. It starts right here with you and me. It ends with us. I couldn't love or appreciate you more. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do you not think she maybe picked up the phone and talked to her about this? I don't know. I just don't trust seeing incomplete text messages from Pinocchio, because I think she's a deleter of text, just like Josh. She's a spoilation queen. This one is from who? Oh, Blake and Jenny. Blake's Pinocchio says, I'm sorry, I'm just seeing this. What a week. I've never in 1 week experienced such high highs and low lows. How's your heart? And Jenny said, the ugliness that Justin brought into the world and directly into your life this week is one of the most aggravating, scary, disgusting occurrences. I feel that I've been in so long, and I'm saying this without having looked online at all. My publicist filled me in a little bit just a couple days ago, but mostly my mind has been focused on how much you've had to shoulder. You are for sure one of the strongest people I've met. It's incredible to know that someone of your celebrity genuinely deserves the love and success that is in your life. And not just because you're wonderful and oh, do not tell me I have to read this junk. They're still going on? They're still doing this? Do they not hear themselves? This is too much. These are people that need validation every 5 seconds, because this is too much. Way too much. This is so over the top. It's incredible to know that someone of your celebrity genuinely deserves the love and success that is in your life. And not just because you're wonderful and the universe should give you a prize, which I do believe, but also because you work so incredibly hard for this, specific connections and opportunities that you enjoy. I'm so glad that you can enjoy the beauty of your family and of your romance with your husband and of your lovely spaces where you dwell. But I'm also so sorry and freaked out that this is what your week has been. Furious and sickened, if it matters at all. When I've spoken to my best friends in LA, they all reiterate how much of a joke and a snake Justin is, and how much of a class act and a queen you are. And where are they? Where are all these people? I'm sure all the people that live in this Delulu world would think something like that. Anybody who lives in the real world, y'all are straight up Delulu. This is why people need to surround themselves not with yes people. Well, with people that will tell them the tough stuff. Because these people will never tell each other the truth. These people will step in your doo-doo and say, smells so good. Just like your body makeup. There was one person that Blake credited, and so many times she would say another female, she would say a female cast member. Every time she said it was a female cast member, it was Jenny Slate. Every text message, but there was one text message, and I was like, is it Isabella Ferrer? Because I hadn't seen that text message yet. One was Brandon. The rest were all Jenny Slate. But there was this one text message, and I was like, was it Isabella? So let me reread that text message. Because now I'm thinking, was it still Jenny Slate? Was all of her female cast member quotes all Jenny Slate? It's not even Isabella. Because that is some wild stuff that she did. Okay, so let's look back at her stuff here. When it says, also on August 11, 2024, Miss Lively received a message from another cast member making observations regarding the evidence smear campaign against Miss Lively, and the cast was insane. Miss Lively responded, yeah, I'm legitimately depressed and heartbroken, like in an immense amount of pain. I'm sorry it's being aimed at all of us, you included. This was to Brandon Sklenar. This was Brandon Sklenar. On August 12. Okay, so this is interesting. On August 12th, a female cast member texted Miss Lively concerned about online commentary and asked what could be done to stop all the negative comments. Let's see if she represented Isabella Ferrer's text message accurately. Oh, wait. It's not necessarily Isabella Ferrer, because that's 810. So we still don't know who 812 is. Everybody else was pretty much Jenny Slate. So I'm going to keep this one up because I want to see who in the world is talking in these text messages. Hold on. Unless there's no more text messages anymore, which is possible. It might be done. Okay, maybe they were done with the text messages. Were those all the text messages? That means we still don't know who sent those text messages on August 12th. I still have never read those text messages. Can they give us those text messages? Why is it in the lawsuit if it's not something that we have access to? I want to know. Okay, because here's the thing. We know August 13, this one was Jenny Slate. The fact that she said the same cast member texted her on August 14th, that would also be Jenny Slate. On August 15, another female cast member wrote to Miss Lively about the online bullying the cast was also receiving as a result of Miss Lively and asked how to help to stop it becoming. So this has to be, these two things have to be Isabella's. My question is, why don't we have those sex messages? Because if she's saying this is another female cast member, wait a minute. Yeah. If she's saying this is another cast member, so a female cast member there, and these two text messages we've never seen, or I've never seen. If you have seen it, please let me know. I think they're both Isabella Ferrer's. And that's why I'm thinking spoilation, because where are those? Where are those two texts? Susan G, thank you for the 19.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Thanks. And you said thanks for continuing to go through the docs. No prob. I think that's gotta be Isabella Ferrer. But why don't we see those text messages? I feel like there's going to be context there that they don't want us to see. Maybe one that shows that Isabella Ferrer, I don't know. Okay, that was the last of the text messages, which is good because it's 10:22, so I'm way after what I told you else I would do. Anyways, thanks everyone for staying with me after I spent a good deal of time venting in the beginning of this. A part of me is like, maybe what I'll do is edit that. I don't know if I should edit that one out. I don't know if people want to necessarily listen to that, especially as the first thing that they hear. You know, it detracted. So maybe I should just like put this in the members only section and then just try to splice this as videos. Maybe I'll splice this as a video. Download this and splice it as a video for folks to listen to instead. Because I don't know, the venting was a little too much, I think. But anyways, I appreciate y'all's. Have a great one, and bye.